I learned honor from a pimp in Mississippi when I was a kid.
That's a great start to a story.
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy, city boy.
Bro, I saw this title, and I was here for it. Now, I hope I'm saying it right, Ali Siddiq. We've done some reactions. He's the one who had I did the reaction, Meskin in boots. Meskin in boots. It's one. I think that's one of his standout set pieces. Like I don't know if it started as that story on what's happening now, but I've seen him do it in stand up. The Meskin in boots. It kind of stands out to me like Gabriel Iglesias. What is it? The racist gift basket or gift basket, let's say. But anyways, yeah, man. So we've reacted to Ali Siddiq on the channel. We, have conversations about some Joe Rogan podcast stuff. But this title got me. Al Siddiq learned about honor watching two pimps fight. And I was like, bro, this is right up my alley. So I'm going to check this out. I think this is kind of older. It's like it came out like a year ago or something. Actually, we could look. But I am watching this on Joe Rogan's clips. Actually, it's just on his regular channel. Normally, something like this is on his clips channel. This is 3 years ago. Wow. Right? Damn near in the middle of the pandemic, huh? 2022. We're starting to get some freedoms back. Oh, you can take people's freedoms for emergencies? Damn. Anyways, let's get it, y'all. Check out Joe Rogan's channel. You know how I do. I always want to support the original content that I'm watching. What I do isn't a substitute. We're going to have a good conversation over here. If you don't know who I am, I'm Black Pegasus. You could like, share, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Link in the description to some of my other channels, like my music reaction channel and podcast. But let's get this one popping, man. Al Siddiqui Deaky.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
I learned honor from a pimp.
That sounds like the beginning of a Boondocks episode. like a samurai pimp episode.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
I learned honor from a pimp in Mississippi when I was a kid.
That's a great start to a story.
That is crazy.
What did he teach you?
My Aunt Angela, she used to take me and my cousin Ricky to the store, and we would get these ice, the little frozen icicles, the small ones. But at this particular store, they had the giant joints, so they were like this big around, and we could go get one. So my aunt, she takes me and my cousin, and we in Clarksdale, Mississippi, and we go to the store, and we come out. We in the car, and we're in the car, and she hadn't started the car yet. She was listening to the song, and we eat now shit. I remember this so like it was yesterday because he had the green one and I had the grape one, and I told him I was gonna give him half of mine for half of his, just so we both had both flavors. And as we talking,
hold on, while he's telling this story, man, this brings back memories of walking like a mile to 7-Eleven from my childhood home for us to get Slurpees. And that was like when we were young, we went with our parents. As we grew up, we'd take our bikes. And then as I got older, me and the homie, I just remember Kevin, like, when you got older, you just walked during nighttime. It was so different too, the 90s. I don't know, just something about him talking about that. Just like I literally had a memory rush of all the times going to get Slurpees. And now because of the sugar content, I haven't even drank anything like with sugar like that for real. It's just so crazy. We used to just walk. It'd be like a cool summer night, walk all the way to 7-Eleven, get a Slurpee, be clowning, talking about girls, and just walk back home. Man, those were the good old days. Anyways, let's go.
My aunt said, oh shit, I knew I should have pulled off. Now we can't go nowhere. Because these two pimps were arguing outside the car, and we couldn't move because one of the pimps had set his hat on my aunt's car. She set his hat on the car, and him and his pimp was arguing, And he said, man, I told you, don't be on my motherfucking side of the street with your hoes. I run this area. And I remember the dude named Bobby. Bobby said, you don't run the motherfucking thing around here. You know, you don't tell Bobby what to be, bitch.
Why does he sound like Cat Williams kind of? That's hard.
You know what I'm saying? And it stunned me because I had never heard another man call another man a bitch. Or like a curse word. It was all respect, mostly. And they would call each other other names, but it wouldn't be curse words. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening, and they fighting behind the side of the street. And when Bobby took his jacket off, he had a gun. He had a gun holster, like it was like a 38 or 32, whatever that was they was carrying then. And his friend, he took his gun holster off, suit, jacket, hat. The other dude took his hat and his jacket off. They got their girls out there, dude had his partner, and they fought right in the middle of the street. Bobby got his ass whooped. Bobby got his ass.
Yo, Bobby got his hands and feet put on him. Damn, I can't wait to hear how this story goes. Because if you're a pimp and you fighting another pimp, does that mean you lose your hoes, man? Does that mean you got to chalk up all your hoes to the game and he put your hoes in his stable? We about to find out.
Well, Bobby got his ass whooped out there. Now, when they was getting shit together, man walked off, he gone. That dude was out there. He said, Bobby, you should have popped his ass. Because he the one that had the gun. He said, Bobby, you should have popped his ass. Now, I remember this in detail. Bobby said, he put on this thing. He said, no, that motherfucker won fair and square. put his jacket on, and put his hat on, and said, shit. Fuck my goddamn nose. That motherfucker was quick, wasn't he? And I always remember that story because he had a gun, he fought that man fair and square. There was other people out there.
And he gave him his props after he beat him.
And he lost. And in his mind, I'm still Bobby. I'm still me, but shit, I lost that one. And he beat me fair and square. Put his gun holster back on. That's honor.
That's honor.
It's
That's
like
a guy who knows how to take a loss too. You got to learn how to take a loss. The only way you do is you find out. You got to find out. You got to try to win and fail, and learn.
Is that not damn near everything?
Damn near everything. Damn near everything in life.
Everything in life.
Yeah.
You know, you got to try it, see what it is. If it don't work out, but don't even feel bad about this shit not working out. This is a try. Man, I'm not good. I want to try to surf. I'm probably going to fuck up every time. But, you know, it's like when I was on the mechanical bull. I would love to actually bull ride. But that mechanical bull is a motherfucker, too. And I know.
You don't want a bull ride, dog. I just did a first-time reaction to bull riders on this channel.
That some part of my neck ain't prepared for a real animal.
Yo, there was a gem dropped in there that is very relevant to today. Honor systems, honor, and ego. Ego more than anything, but also just the fact of taking time to learn. Today I'm watching this in 2025, and there's this viral epidemic of seeing what they call YNs or young folks, you know, getting in these egregious confrontations. And a lot of times, if the person loses, they resort to the worst type of violence, which is taking that person out with typically a firearm. Now, what we learned here is there's something to learn from that loss, right? And even Bobby being like, well, he got me today. Well, if you ain't training, you're not necessarily going to be able to beat this person in a fight. So he will get you every time. And these are the lessons learned. Like, anytime you lose, you have to focus on the weak points so you can get stronger. You know, if we're talking about a fight, oh, did he have a better left hook? Did he have a better stance? Did I allow him to, you know, get the distance on me, get this, that, the other, whatever it may be. Oh, they're bigger, they're stronger. That plays a thing too, you know? But essentially you can learn from it. And that was honorable because he could have popped him. And I can't tell you how many people in today's era have been taken out by firearm violence because of ego, because they couldn't take a loss. Which, if you can't take a loss, you really don't really know how to take a win either. That's a whole nother conversation. You can win, but actually taking the win, absorbing it to, become more powerful in a sense, because that's what happens when you take a loss. You absorb it and you become more powerful if you process it properly, right? So there's actually a gem there, and he learned that as a kid watching two pimps fight. And that could have went out of control. Dude could have pulled the gun. Someone could have got caught in the crossfire. They could have got caught in the crossfire. There's just a lot there. There's a lot there, but the gem is, in today's day and age, a lot of these kids and even grown men who are getting in fights, people who have in road rage, pulling out firearms and doing crazy stuff. It's a sign of no control, self-control, no control over your emotions, and being a sore loser a lot of times. That's what's interesting about athletics. That's why I love athletics. You learn so much from athletics that helps a lot of times. It doesn't help structure everyone, but it's a very helpful thing in the course correction. And I see all these young cats running around doing all this wild stuff. Hearing this story is like, oh, you'd never hear this nowadays. Like two dudes just going heads up and one getting knocked out or slept, which they call it, and getting up and not being embarrassed where they feel like they have to take the other person out physically. That's so rare. It's so interesting because, one, the respect to just fight another person, whether it be in the ring or wherever, there's a respect there because it's one of the scariest things you can do. And then people don't see the valor in saying, oh, I lost that. It is what it is. At least I stood up to this person. They always got to get their ego hurt. Oh, you didn't win. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, who won now? Neither of you. He beat you. You resorted to violence. Now you're going to jail, and he lost his life. Like, it's just totally. Anyways, that was a good story, man. Kind of opened me up. This is how I'm starting today. This is my first video of today of me recording. I like that. It was a good story. It was laid out with a little humor, and there's positive messaging and philosophy behind it. I like that. Anyways, you guys let me know what I got, what I missed. I'll holler at y'all on the next one.
City boy, city boy.